Are you considering a move from Northern California or the Bay Area to San Diego for the beautiful sunshine and the more affordable housing? Well, let's go through what that move would look like and give you all the information that you need before you make any decisions. Before we get started, let me know what your biggest concerns are about the potential move to San Diego. And tap that like button for me real quick so the YouTube gods can bless this video. And make sure to hang around until the end where I talk about the real difference in the housing markets of San Francisco, Bay Area, and San Diego here in the middle of 2021. Now, there are many reasons why you should consider a move to San Diego. You have the food, the culture, the beach, the laid back attitude, all the outdoor activities that you can do, and the weather. You gotta love the weather. The US Weather Bureau has described San Diego as the closest thing to the perfect weather in America. And it might be partial, but I kind of have to agree. But it's not all sunshine and rainbows. There are some real things that you need to know before considering making a move. For one, there are people leaving California.
More than 182,000 people left the state.
For the first time in the state's history, we've seen a population decline in California. But the reality is, there are certain people in certain areas that are flocking to San Diego. And I think one of the biggest reasons for it is because of the increase of remote jobs. If you could live anywhere, why would you not live somewhere with fantastic weather? Personally, I've seen a huge portion of my business switch over the last 6 to 8 months to people that are relocating from other major cities. From the Bay Area, Seattle, Washington, DC, New York. Those are some of the main areas, and just about every single one of these clients that I'm working with, they're working remote. So if you have the opportunity to work remote, great, that's fantastic. It makes it a lot easier for you to make a move wherever you need to go. If you don't have that opportunity, there's still a ton of potential, a ton of great jobs that you can get in San Diego. Some of the biggest industries are going to be biotech, defense, engineering, and there's also an emerging tech industry here in San Diego. We're actually the 6th fastest growing technology job market in all the US. You have some of the big hitters like Google, Amazon, Apple, Facebook, either just recently or are about to open up some offices here in San Diego.
Tech giant Apple announced plans to bring more jobs to the San Diego economy over the next 5 years.
And you also have startups. You know, a lot of people are realizing that office space in San Diego is a fraction of the cost as it is in Silicon Valley. There's so many startups coming down to San Diego. I've heard some analysts refer to San Diego as Silicon Beach.
What did you say?
Nah, scratch that from the video. We can't do that one. What do you think? Silicon Beach, is that a good name? To me, it just feels wrong.
Maybe never say that part again.
All this to say, if you are in the tech industry and cannot work remote, there certainly are options for you. Now let's talk about what's really important, the housing market. And just like everywhere across the country, inventory is low, the number of homes on the market is low, and the demand is high, making it extremely difficult to purchase a house. But let's actually dive into the data so you know exactly what you're working with. In San Diego County, the median home just rose to $825,000, where in San Francisco, the median home is $1.7 million. So I would say a little bit of a variance there, almost twice as expensive. In San Francisco, compared to last year, you've seen a decrease in housing inventory for single family homes by 21%, but at the same time, you've seen an increase of condos by 28% versus this time last year. The kind of takeaway here is that there are people that are moving out of the city, moving out of the super densely populated areas, and they want more single family homes. And this is happening to a small degree in San Diego as well, but the reality is downtown San Diego is a pretty small place comparatively to San Francisco. So it's just not as big of an area. It doesn't have as much of an impact on our market as a whole. So for all of San Diego County, we've seen a decrease in the number of homes available, both single family and condos and attached properties by 60%, 60%. That's a massive number. And it makes it tough because, again, a lot of people are moving here. All right, so that's great, but let's talk about the actual offers that people are submitting on these homes and how they're going to differ from the Bay Area to San Diego. In both of these areas, you have to expect to put out a very clean offer. You basically can't ask for much from the sellers. That means no credit for closing costs, no home warranty, the expectation from the sellers that you're going to make up the difference if the appraisal comes in low, possibly free rent back 1, 2, 3 plus months, which gives the seller an opportunity to figure out where they're going to go next while they're selling their home. And in both places, you should probably expect that you're going to have to put in a couple offers before you get anything accepted. Even if you're coming in really hot, coming in really strong, you're probably going to have to put out at least 3 or 4 offers, if not maybe 10, 12 offers before you get something accepted. Obviously, this isn't always the case, but I think you should expect for it. I've had buyers very recently get their first offer accepted, and it's fantastic, and it feels like a miracle every time, even though we're being extremely strategic. But plan on it taking a little bit longer then probably feels comfortable at first. And then if we're looking at the difference in competing offers in both areas, in the Bay Area, what we're seeing is homes going for $200,000 to $300,000 over asking. And this is coming from the real estate agents and the people that I know that are buying in that area. You can expect to pay a significant amount over asking, but also waiving pretty much every single contingency period. And what that means, if you waive your contingency periods, and if something comes up in the inspection, if the appraisal comes in super low, or if your loan doesn't end up going through, you're gonna have to forfeit your deposit that you gave. So you're not gonna be protected by that money that you put down, whether it's $10, $20, $30, $40, $50,000. And in San Diego County, you might end up going $100,000 to $200,000 over asking, and you're probably gonna have to waive appraisal contingency, but you're still gonna have, in a lot of cases, the protection of the inspection contingency. So if anything happens with the inspection, you'll have an opportunity to back out and get your deposit back, and also your loan contingency. Now, obviously, there are people out there waiving those, but it's not being done at such a level that it is in the Bay Area. So it gives you a little bit more protection as a buyer. And we're seeing the combination of frustrated buyers, lack of inventory, and people relocating from other major cities is driving the prices and the competitiveness up in our local San Diego market. As a result, there are many potential sellers that want to sell their home. They're inquiring about selling their home, but they're terrified to have to purchase a home on the other end of that transaction. And hopefully this is going to start to change soon. And the last thing that you need to know is, if you think that you can avoid this housing market by purchasing new construction, it's going to be a challenge. There's just such limited amount of new construction in San Diego. It's becoming more and more competitive. For example, probably the number one new construction complex that everyone is looking at right now, the new community that's being built, is called Three Roots. They're starting their construction this year. There's going to be 200 homes available for sale this year. They have over 14,000 applications. So getting your foot in the door to have an opportunity to purchase one of these properties is not only an uphill battle, but it might take a couple of years before you actually get your foot in the door and be able to secure one of these homes. So when you compare San Diego versus the Bay Area, they're both extremely competitive markets, but you're going to get more for your money in San Diego than you're going to get in general for the Bay Area. And just keep in mind the competitiveness in this market in San Diego. If you are actually looking to purchase a home, there are 20,000 real estate agents and only 2,000 homes available, which means a strong majority of real estate agents in San Diego have not even had an offer accepted this year. So it's never been more important to find someone who's actually got their feet on the ground, submitting offers constantly and getting offers accepted in this market if you want to be able to purchase a house. And if that's the case, I'm happy to chat and let you know exactly what I'm going through. My information is down below. But before you do that, figure out which neighborhood is right for you. And it might just be one of these secret gem neighborhoods in San Diego. Thanks so much for watching. Hit that subscribe button so you can watch my future videos, or follow me on Instagram where I'm posting every single day. We'll see you next time.